In December of 2023, I made a visit to my favorite local coin shop that has a 25-cent foreign coin bin. And I may have said this before on my channel several times where I said this was the best visit I've ever had for what I found in that bin. But I'm going to say it again. I think this is the best visit I've ever had. We're going to look at the coins that are in front of us here. We're actually going to split it up into two videos because we have so many. And let's get started. There are several interesting themes of coins which are going to show up in this video here today. And I like to leave a running tally of how much everything cost by the time we're done, not because I'm trying to make a big resale of everything in here, but just because I find it pretty fascinating to see what these coins are worth. And I'd like to think that I'm picking up things that are pretty nice. And so let me organize for a moment, then we'll get started. All right, I am now organized, and we're going to start with 3 bimetallic coins from Poland. And I should have actually put them in order here, but let's take a look. These are going to be 5 zloty coins. All 3 of these are going to have the same reverse. And it's going to be from a series that started in, I believe, 2014 called Discover Poland. This is a circulating commemorative coin. They have released 2 of these every year since 2014, except I think it was 2019 that they skipped a year. So filming this in December of 2023, although it's probably uploaded later. There are 18 of these so far, and I have 3 of the set. This one's from 2015. This one is Bydgoszcz's Canal. Probably mispronouncing that, but we've got some buildings in the background. But you can definitely tell with the canal in the foreground, a little bit of choppy water, and looks like a gate that is about to open right there. And then the next one is from 2016, same reverse. And I love the etched design on some of these to give it a three-dimensional look. This one features what's called Priest's Mill in Lodz. Lodz being the city that it's nearby. I should have said that the last one was catalog number Y926. This one is Y949. And I'm going to give you tell you what some of the values of these coins are along the way. That last one had a book value of 7. This one has a book value of 3. I don't really know the reason why. The numbers on these are about the same. They're all going to have the same segmented reading. Not really segmented, but you'll see that there are spots where it's further apart and other spots where it's close together. Then you have the 3 letters NBP and then a dot. And then you have upside down NBP right here. So it is alternating which side is up on the letters on here. I don't know if I've ever seen that feature on a coin before. So something else that I like about that. And then this one's from 2017. Again, we have some kind of etched lines in the background and kind of an inset of smokestacks on here. This one highlights the Central Industrial District. This one is catalog Y976, also booked for $3. The center is made out of aluminum bronze, and the ring is copper nickel. So now that I've got 3 of the set, I really hope to find another let's see, 15 of these. Those are fantastic, and I think a great way to start the video. So this particular dealer, it's pretty easy for me to find British 1 pound coins. These are all from 1984, so they're all going to look the same. At this point, I pretty much buy them for, I think these are really good enhancements to the lots that I sell on eBay. And if you're interested about that, if I have anything for sale, it'll be listed in the link down below in the description. But these are worth about $1.10 just in foreign exchange value, and that's what I write down for the value on these. I wish I knew of a way of cashing them in. The only way that I've seen so far is either find a bank that will do it for you, and most only take paper money, not coins, or there is a website that you can mail it to in Europe, which seems like the postage on that wouldn't be really valuable unless you had a large number of them. So I have not done that yet. But one of the things that I found in the lot this time was a lot of British proof coins. Now, unfortunately, they were loose inside of a bin, and so they're all scratched up. And also, these are coins that you have seen very often, probably. So I'm not going to spend a lot of time on them. I actually got these for a Christmas present for someone I know who really likes British culture and wouldn't have these, and likes coins too. So these are going to be from different years. I think they're all since 2000. On camera, the scratches are so much more noticeable on here. I'm going to try and spread it around a little bit. The reduced size 5p. When I'm just looking at them with my eye, these look, I wouldn't say flawless, but they look really good. Of course, on camera, they doesn't quite hold the same quality here, but for the 10p, also the reduced size 10p, featuring the lion wearing the crown. I'm going to find the positioning of the light that makes this a little better. Another 10 with, I think that's a different portrait than the last one we saw. Got 3 of the 20p here. If I didn't mention earlier, I bought these coins 4 for $1, and I got $16 worth, with a couple of free that I'll talk about at the end of the second video. I think the 97, this 97 looks the best of these. So yes, I did go straight home and put these in flips after I purchased it. But the 50, the general 50 circulating coin looks like the scratches are the most on here. Of course, you can see a lot of those are just me trying to clean the outside of the flip with my fingerprint. But a couple of these scratches are on the coin itself, unfortunately. All right, and while we're talking about proof coins, I noticed I was paying in cash that he had proof U.S. quarters in the register. And so he was handing them out as change. Now this one has a little bit of I don't know, toning, maybe just smudges on here. So I essentially bought these for $1 each, and he gave me the option if I wanted these or not. I thought that was pretty cool. I don't really collect U.S. proof coins loose like this, but I don't think I had any of this one. I think this one, I like the design of this. It wasn't as raised as some of the others, and this one was the newest one, I think. It's interesting to compare a 70s versus a 90s proof coin just to see what some of the differences are. Not really my thing, but, you know, to essentially get them for face value, don't know what I'll do with them. This one will probably go in my collection. This is the one I probably handled the most because it's my birth year. I will sometimes find silver coins in this guy's bin, and this one always throws me off. I feel like Norway had some silver coins that are easier to find in these bins. This one has a look of silver, but according to the catalog, it really is copper nickel. I was fooled on another one also, but the date on here is 1929, and I'll get to that in a moment on this 25 ore with the monarch is Hakon the Seventh, I believe, showing his monogram on here. So this is KM 384, and it is a key date. Now you can disagree with me on this grading if you want to. I'm going to call this very fine. I am not a grader, so that's not really one of the things I do. But the catalog says if you find this in very fine, it's worth $6. If you find it in extra fine, this is $42. And if you find it in uncirculated MS60, this is $150. So I wrote down 6 in my running tally on here. So what do you think? Very fine? We'll move on to a coin from Argentina. During one of their currencies that did not last very long, this is the 10 centavos from 1983, and it depicts their equivalent of Lady Liberty on the coin. This one is KM 1980 from 1983 is KM 64. It is a 1-year coin made of aluminum, not really valuable. I found a token in the lot that we have right here. Like a lot of them, it says good for 5 cents in trade. W.H. Ezel and Son, Bumpus Mills, Tennessee. And I tried Googling this token, didn't find anything. Tried Googling this company, didn't find much. I am from Middle Tennessee. That's in my name, C-Mid TN. And so I am familiar with Bumpus Mills. It's a very tiny town near the city of Clarksville. I know a person that used to live there, but I've only visited there once. Can't find anything on that token. A lot of times for tokens, I'm not really going to assign a value to them. But let's move back to Norway. With I don't know that I've ever seen any 20 kroner Norwegian coins before. This one features the monarch of Harald V from 2018. Again, this is one of those coins that looks a lot more scratched on the camera than it does when I'm holding it. But that'll scratch it more as it fell off the table here. I like this one. It is a 20 kroner for, let's see, I wrote this down, the 150th anniversary. We've got a 150 right here of the Norwegian Trekking Association. So the design of this coin is there's a ring on here representing a compass, arrow at the top pointing towards the north, and then outside of the ring, or inside the ring, is a map. So you've got little dots here for the trail and different things for terrain, and I guess that little building right there is a maybe the overnight cabin or the point of interest that you're looking for. So as someone that's done a couple of hikes and needs to get back into it, I thought that was really good. KM 494 books for $4. And even in foreign exchange value, 20 kroner, Norway did not switch to the euro. So 20 kroner has an exchange value in US dollars of $1.94. That's not the only 20 kroner that I found this visit. As you can see, where almost every coin here is a winner. This side's pretty much the same from 2015. This one has a lion on it. This one is the 200th anniversary, and your 200 is right here, of the Norwegian Supreme Court. Both of these coins are made out of nickel brass. So, got just a slight more of a yellow color than a normal nickel coin. So there's probably not much brass in here, but this one is KM 491. If you found coins from Lithuania, it's usually easiest to find the 1, 2, and 5 centai from about 1991, I think. They did switch to the euro. All of the circulating Lithuanian coins that you usually find are all from the same year. Well, I think it's the same thing with the euro. They must have switched over in 2015 because this bin had 4 of them from 2015. So they're going to have the same image that you're used to seeing on some of their other coins. This is called Vitus facing the left. That's the 1 euro cent. And then we've got I think this one's the 5. Same design. That one had spots on it. We've got the 10. Now, I will say I like the lines that are behind the stars on here. That gives it a little bit of extra dimension that I like. So that's the 10. And then the 20. So really like those. And so let's see, KM numbers. The 1 cent's 205, the 5 cent is 207, the 10 cent's 208, and the 20 cent is 209. Now we're going to move to some coins from India. Soon after they were no longer controlled by the British in 1950, they made some new coins which were, I think, similar in denomination to what the British had left. And they used them for about 5 years or so before they redeveloped their currency, and I think they went to something more like decimalized. And so, as it turns out, I just haven't found a lot of these coins before, and they were more valuable than I realized. We're going to start with this one from 1950. And all of these 3 coins are all going to have the diamond mint mark below the date, which means they are from Bombay. The animal shown here is a zebu. The coin in 1950 for all 3 of these is going to end in a 0.1 because it is the smaller date. And then if you find it from about 54, 55, 53, somewhere there, it's going to be a larger date. This one books for $3, but that pales in comparison to the next one. We've got this symbol that you're used to seeing, but it's the 2 Annas, also featuring a zebu. This one's KM 4.1. This one turned out to be the most valuable one, even though the next one's a higher denomination. And this one says very fine is $16. Extra fine is $30. So maybe I would normally say this is extra fine, although it's really scraped up pretty bad here in the middle of the animal. So again, what do you think of the condition on this one here? This turned out to be surprised me. This one was the most valuable coin of the entire pickup, and I paid $16 cash for the entire lot. No sales tax in Tennessee, and 4 for $1.64. That's 16 right there. So that coin, it's like I paid full price for that coin and got everything else for free. But we upgrade one more time in denomination-wise. We've got the quarter rupee. There was I think a a quarter rupee between the last one and this one, which is the half rupee. This one actually looks like the best condition of them all. Almost has a mirror-like look to it, a few scratches. And this one is KM 6.1. This one books for $6. There are a couple of variations on this one. I talked about the small date versus the large date earlier, but there's also a version where there is no dot between the words here. The dots were on the first two coins, but see the dot between the government and then between of and India. So that's a variation to look out as well. So those three coins in a row, total book value $25 right there. Now I would not have personally gone out and paid that for those, but it's interesting what you can find in a quarter bin when they're not going to go to the trouble of pricing out everything individually. So then we've got a coin from Portugal. This is the 25 escudos from 1980. Not a particularly rare coin, but I haven't really picked up that many of them over the years. This one is from 1980 through 86. You're going to look just like this one. And it is, you don't see this very often, but they actually made a coin larger than it used to be. So in 80 to 86, it's this size. In the 2 years in 77 and 78, it was a little bit smaller than this one. Now we're going to move to Panama, where we have a couple of bimetallic coins. And in 2016, Panama celebrated the 100th anniversary of the Panama Canal with a 6-coin set of that were all circulating and colorized, which is neat. So I already had one out of the set, but I have now 2 more of the colorized Panamanian coins. And these are the only colorized coins that I have outside of Canada. So we're going to take a look at this one here. And so it celebrates some specific events. And so the event featured here is what's called the 1999 reversion. Not sure what that means, but you've got a large crowd of people with the building in the background, of course, holding a Panamanian flag. And by the way, I say this every time I get Panamanian coins, they're the same shape, size, and foreign exchange value of a U.S. counterpart coin. So if this is a quarter of a Balboa, then it is the same weight, size, metal compound, and value of a United States quarter of a dollar. And they've always kept up with that. So when the Panamanian quarter dollar was made out of silver up through 64, so was U.S. Panama, made the same thing. And then when it switched to copper nickel in 65, so did the Panamanian. So, and it even has the, where you can see it's mostly copper when you hold it on the edge, just like a United States coin. So they're doing what they can to make them just like the American coins. So then we've got the next colorized coin. This one features in the years 2007 through 2016, I think. My notes say 2013. It looks like 2016 here, but this is time spent widening the canal. So this might be my favorite of the set just because it's actually got the water in here. So you've got boats going through locks on here. And so they've even got 2 different shades of blue. It's a darker blue in the middle and kind of a lighter blue on either side. So of the set, that one might be my favorite. So that last one was KM 156, and this one is KM 157. Both of them have a catalog value of $1.25. This coin features King Farouk of Egypt, and he ruled from 1936 to 1952. This is a 1 millim coin, so it's the lowest denomination coin of the time. On the counter, that's 1958, or their calendar, Arabic 1357. This one is KM 358. Anytime I mentioned earlier, anytime I find a 1 pound coin from Britain, I'm going to pick it up. Sometimes I'll pick up the Canadian 50 cents coin. Now, my money, that's not going to buy me as much extra value in foreign exchange value as buying a 1 pound, but trade-wise, they're not that rare, but you don't see them. I mean, I see British pounds more than I see 50-cent coins. These are both also from 1974, so no need to flip it over. It's just I thought the heads on the left was better, and the tails on the back were both nearly pristine. And so this one certainly has a lot of Great British elements to it. So it's got the shield here. A year ago, I won a contest, a trivia contest, because I had noticed that there's a unicorn on the back of this coin, and I talked about it on Facebook, and I mentioned, wow, there's a unicorn on a Canadian coin, and the friend who knows nothing about coins but is an animal lover said, yeah, that's because Scotland uses the unicorn on as a design element on the British coat of arms, which we see here. And so there's elements of all parts of Great Britain on here. We've got the lion, we've got the Irish harp, Wales mentioned on here. Lots going on. British crown. But the way that I won money on it was I went to a trivia contest, and they said, name the Scottish mythical creature which is on the shield or something like that. And it was like the final Jeopardy question. Everyone else said the Loch Ness Monster, but I knew it was the unicorn because of this coin. So yeah, I won like a $10 gift card to something. So I will now always associate that story with the Canadian 50-cent coins. This one's KM 75.1. They've made some subtle design changes over the years, like the size of the Queen's portrait on here. So I'm going to stop recording about right here, but I'm going to tease you with this coin from Singapore. So keep watching, and I've got more next time. Thanks for watching. Bye. Now, before I end the video, I forgot that I did keep a running tally. There was $25 worth of coins from the India. We had $6 coin, a $7 coin. I paid $16 for the whole lot. We looked at $8. What I paid $8 here. Everything we looked at came up to $80. And so that's just, how can you beat that? Not that I'm trying to 10x my money and gonna sell these. Most of these are going in my personal collection, with a small number of them, like the Canadian, the British pounds, going into my trade pile. So I think we're doing pretty good. I'll keep up that tally running in the next video. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.